there, it's me, Earthmanbrick, and we're back with more Wild West scratch build goodness. And yeah, I'm just propping up the camera here a bit, because this build is a bit taller than most. This is our Wild West windmill. So without much further ado, I'm just going to drop it right in there. There we go. And look at that, it's bloody tall. Like really tall. I have to kind of put it in sideways here so it all comes in the shot. But yeah, it is pretty big. Now what we've done is we've taken the ladders we got from those 4 buildings that we did before. You remember these sorts of buildings, like the land office and the ones from Christoph Designs. So these all came with ladders, they all came with extra roofs and stuff. Lots of optional extra pieces, which is great. And so with those optional ladders, I've gone and stuck them all together, just using some bits from the, the card sprue frame that they used for making the roof tiles. I've just used those to sort of kind of string them all together in a bit of a haphazard way. And yeah, I've taken these are candy floss sticks, taken 4 of those, and in order to sort of get this all to work, what I did was I cut out a square piece, a big square piece of card, and then I cut a square hole in it by folding it in half again, cutting a small bit out the center, unfolding it, and then layering on pieces of cereal box card that was already browned, so it would look like little wood panels, and that's worked out rather nicely. Now, to get this all assembled, I thought, do I do it one bit at a time? Well, I ran into a design issue, so I only had 2 wooden stirrers left to make the beams, so I thought, I'm really gonna have to figure out a way to throw this thing together without as many pieces to build up individual frames. So I thought, well, what's the best way to go about it? Well, I built a Lego frame for this thing to stand in. So it just kind of, if I remove this piece here. So I just kind of made it to stand in here. And then I slotted this thing over the top and then started creating little supports. So I started wrapping around card, wrapping on some old MDF pieces, creating little supports just at the edges here, and then just started adding on more bits. So that again, there's a nice wraparound of card. And then what I've done is I've taken the old MDF sprue frames, and just like the corner pieces, like this, what would have been that bit there, I suppose that sort of bit to do, and just sort of putting them on as kind of an extra form of bracket just to add some extra support. This is what is it? It's like a wooden skewer. You'll get a lot of them this time of year as barbecue season goes out of fashion. You'll find them on sale. And I've used one here for the windmill bit. Now this whole bit here, what I did was I cut the fins separately. That's in there, and they're all just cardboard. And what I've done is I've created a kind of a ring of card, and then just hooped it around itself, just with plenty of card strips to act as a support frame for this. And then I've skewered it on, and then you can see I've used brackets here. These are just extra MDF pieces that would have otherwise got thrown away, but I've used that as a tail fin for the thing so that it would blow around. This is more cardboard, and then on here what I've done is I've skewered on some beads and some cog pieces that were originally wheels from TT Combat Builds, and that's from a hand soap pump dispenser. I've just stuck that on at the end at the bottom. There was some random cog I got from some old toy. I've just thrown that in there just purely for aesthetics. Doesn't make sense mechanically or anything, just looks nice. And that's more bits of card in there. I mean, you could have made most of this using card. Didn't need to use these MDF bits. Only reason I did was because I had them lying around. And yeah, there's another. More excess MDF bits. You can see that's another cog piece that was part of a tire frame for one of the TT Combat builds. This one was from Wargame Model Mods. That was that's meant to be a whole blade that's meant to sit inside a ventilation shaft. But I thought, you know what, better on this build. But yeah, that's it all kind of more or less assembled. That's the whole how we've gone about it. And the next part is the painting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this up with some dark browns, and then I'll stipple it white, and we'll see how we get on. I'll maybe add some extra glitz and glamour if I think it needs it. But anyway, more on that soon. Bye for now. Hello again, and we're back. And here it is, all done and dusted. Yes, we've made quite the build here. Let me just pop it back a little bit further. There we go. And yeah, we've added in quite a bit of detail. So, painting-wise, what I've done is I've got an old acrylic ink here, and I've made this kind of purpley color. It's like a mix of a purplish brown. I pop the lid off, you'll be able to see what it looks like. It's a very dark, dense color. And that's what we used to base coat it. And then what we did was we went in with the white house paint, and we've just gone and stippled it with a nice large brush. And then I've used a mixture of what is it, this color here, turquoise. And again, these are all acrylic inks. Turquoise, we've got this antelope brown, which is a nice sort of I don't know, it's like a brighter version of burnt umber, and orange acrylic ink. So we've used the orange here for the fan blades. Oh, and we've gone in with a little bit of the white and a little bit of silver as well, just to really catch those edges and just give it that kind of weathered appeal. You can see there's the turquoise there, and we've gone over it with another stippling of the white. And you can see we've also added a little bits of vegetation here and there, just to really complete the look. Yep. And all that vegetation came from this bad boy here, premium green forest moss. Yes, this is a gift that keeps on giving. I've only used a small pinch of it so far, and yeah, that stuff will go for miles. And yes, this is very much a case of less is more. And yeah, you can see how brilliant and beautiful those textures can be. That is, if the camera could ever focus. But yeah, I'm happy with these results. I think they've turned out rather nicely. And I suppose I should do a miniature for scale, but I don't have any on hand. I suppose another sort of building will work. There we go. So you can get a real sense of the volume and size of this bloody thing. Yes, it is massive. It's about, well, I mean, those are 4 ladders stacked together, so it's about 5 or 6 stories high. So this is going to be a bit of a mammoth, a real sort of showstopper on the table. Yeah, I think that works. I think it's quite nice for our Wild West. And yes, if I can make it, you can make it too. It's not overly complicated, and as you can see, we've used a lot of those reclaimed materials, like our hand soap pump dispenser, barbecue skewers. What was that? That was the candy floss sticks. And yeah, mostly cardboard as well. I mean, that's all just bits of cardboard. So yeah, it's more so about technique than anything else, but hopefully you enjoy that build. That's all I've got for you today. So, thanks again for watching, and bye.